Yeah. So that was pretty much my big issue. But because my dad was my dad was older, I never lied to these women. You know, I never lied like, hey, I'm with you and then I'm with someone else. I always said I'm 23 years old. I got a really cool career. So I ain't really trying to like be tied down or locked down like that. And if you cool with that, we can kick it. If not, then, you know, I respect I respect what you do.
I said it that smooth too. And they're like, oh, I could change him. I could change him.
I don't know what they were trying to do. But I just knew that if you're honest, and to this day, like, these people grow and they remember those moments. Like, I remember when you were so honest. I just wish other men would be honest that way. Yeah. Because my dad said, you don't want nobody scratching your car because you done lied. Like, how easy is it for you just to tell the truth? I was like, you know, that makes sense.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so just tell the truth.
So in this transition, so you're on top of the world, right? Yeah. When did things change?
I moved to Los Angeles, and after MySpace blew up, 25 million people started streaming this song called Good Thing. Good Thing. She got the best conversation. All the girls got it on their MySpace page.
Remember that?
Yeah. So,
yes,
so all the girls playing that song, like when you click on MySpace, it's millions of girls with this as their theme song. Mm. And so I'm out in Los Angeles, and I hook up with this dude named DJ Quik. And Quik is like an icon on the West Coast, for sure. Like straight legend. So when I walked in there, I told. And I want to be really, really precise because I know you millions of people watch your show. But with
I like that.
Oh no, it will, bro. Real talk. Like, you gonna do some big stuff favor on you. But I walked in with DJ Quik. He's like, so what do you do? Because we shared a similar bodyguard. The bodyguard that used to have me when I had some money back then. He moved to LA, ended up being his bodyguard. I met him. I walk in the studio. He say, so what do you do? And I was like, I'm a producer. Mm-hmm. And he's like, you produce? I'm like, yeah, I produce. Because I didn't want to get into a pissing contest with DJ Quik because he's an artist. Like, when artists get in the room, everybody's super artists. Right. And I was like, no.
They didn't know who you were?
No, not at all. The West Coast was dim on what we were doing. Like, it was popping in the South, the Midwest, and up North because it's the chilling circuit. It was places I could touch on my own. Like, I made 55 my playground. Like, the Highway 55, I run up in that mug and do I can do 6 figures. Right. I can do 6 figures in a month, like as an independent.
Back then when you could be killing it in Atlanta, but nobody
knew you.
Newark, New Jersey know you, or nobody in New York City or Philly knows who you are.
Oh my God, so fun. Went to LA, hook up with Quik. Long story short, ended up in the table with Tom Wiley and Naeem Ali at Warner Brothers. They were the president and VP at Warner Brothers. At that time, Trillville was popping. Mm-hmm. I was an independent. I remember sitting there. It's like, what do you want? I said, I want $250,000 and I want a $1.2 million recording budget. He said, well, we can give you 50 grand a day. I ended up taking that 50. Yeah, I was like, I'll take it.
I want $2 million. Listen, I give you $1,000. I'll give you the money.
Because we was making money back home on the road, so we could fly back, do what we do. But I knew I needed allies.
But they had to know who you were to be able to demand that.
MySpace had quantified it now. Right. Like, they could see what we were doing. Like, when I'm telling you, yeah, we selling out stadiums in Shreveport with Baby and them, they like, okay, it's cool. And then, of course, it's all hard cash, so I can't really show you bank statements. We pressing CDs. They don't know how much we making, which is cool. Shout out to the IRS. I done paid y'all that little money. Y'all came back on me. So if you watch this, I'm clean. Praise God. Y'all got me with what you got. Praise God. I ended up having to pay them too. But I just remember one night we smoking. Because in LA, that's what you do. Mm-hmm. You smoking. Yeah. And I remember telling the guys, we have just like, hey, bro, you know what we need to do? And he's like, what we doing? I said, man, we need to go to church, bro. That's the only thing we did out here. And they was like, every time you get high, boy, you turn to Kurt Franklin, boy. I was like, it's good, bro. It's good. It's like, we ain't going to church. And at that time, I had a song with a dude by the name of Daryl Babs, professionally known as Tank. And we got a song called Sex in the Daytime. It's blowing up in L.A. They starting to bubble it up. I know this song about to go because it's Tank and me. Like, Tank going to take off his shirt, and then I'm going to try to take my shirt off. And it's just going to be the shirt off tour. I seen it in my head, right? And so that night, they was going to bring us to the club. And Dave, honestly, man, I don't even know why I said this. I said, well, listen, if we can't do church in the morning, my dude, then we ain't going to hit this VIP. Mm-hmm. And they was like, Kurt Franklin, we gonna go to church with you, bro. And we ended up going to church, and I got more than I bargained for. I remember the pastor saying, many of you all think that the body of Christ is a body of perfection, but we're not a body of perfection. We're a body of process. So if you want to be a part of this process, come down. And I was just like, man, I've been doing so much wrong. Mm-hmm. Like, Because even though you making money and you living that life, it's something on the inside of you that still feels very empty. It's just really, really empty. And I knew my mama was praying for me, like old Louisiana Southern Baptist prayers. I remember calling her one time, like, Mama, stop praying for me. Jesus stalking me. Like, I can't, you know what I mean?
So is it like an internal thing? Like, yo, you're singing it, but when you leave, it's like, I don't even know why I'm doing this.
Yeah, it's like he took the veil off my eyes. So I remember I think it's like the second to last show as Pretty Willie, if you would. It was in Memphis. MySpace was popping. I did a door split. It was 3,000 people there, and they had never played it on radio. And so, shout out to Pepper. I think Pepper, I think that was the promoter back then. It's crazy. I remember his name. But I remember by now I'm 25-ish, 26-ish. So I'm getting mature. I done left LA. That deal didn't work out the way I wanted it to. And I remember singing when Lay Your Body Down hit, because it had this doom, 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 doom. Stop. Lay your body down. Boom, boom. But when the stop hit, Lay Your Body Down hit, because and the lights would turn on and everybody would go crazy. And it's like I was singing it, but everything was in slow motion. And it just seemed like all these teenagers and kids like just rolling and raunching. And by this time, I'm just like, I got a lot of power over these people, man. Like, there's a lot of power to do a song, and cats who wanted to fight in the club, who was looking like gangsters 15 minutes ago, when the song come on, they like grabbing their girl, doing all that. Right. And I was like, man, it's a lot of power. I didn't just give my life to the Lord and quit. Like, I gave my life to the Lord and went back to work and doing what I was doing, and he just shifted my heart. Like, I didn't want to lead them that way, because I realized, like, that's leadership. That's a big leader who can stop your thought process and make you go to this. So I said, if I can do it this way, maybe I could give them something that could be eternal. Yeah.
So moving forward, what was this looking like? What was this journey looking like? Man,
going broke. Like, now I can't chase money. Like,
so now you turn it down. Like, yo, come perform. You like, nah, I'm not doing it no more.
Sometimes, being real transparent. Like, sometimes, like, when my money got low, if I can make $7 grand in Arkansas or 10 grand in Memphis, they not gonna know, because I started going to churches. I didn't even know the prayer of repentance at the time. Like, I was literally like, paper. So if you want to, and hundreds of people would come and give their life to the Lord, and I was cussing. Like, I was still saying, damn, because I was just so rigid. But God had done something so specific in my life that I just wanted to tell everybody else about it.
Oh, so you started preaching.
It wasn't even preaching. Like, they was like, come tell them what happened.
Right.
And I was like, so I was in Cali smoking weed. Right. Then we was finna go to the club. I mean, I was really edgy.
But you might leave one of them joints and then go to the small town in Oklahoma. Like, let me get this bag real quick.
Get this quick bag. Do what I gotta do.
Wow, that must be tough though. Yeah, that must weigh on you.
It does. But then when I quit, I was like, I gotta see what's on the other side of faith. And so they kicking me out of my beautiful house. Because I was just determined, like, to not, like, straddle the fence. I was like, if I could be on the other side of faith, I just want to know what that looked like. Like, you got a blueprint now for motivational speaking. You got a blueprint now for entrepreneurship and T-shirts. Like, I was like, what if I could get a neighborhood a blueprint through faith? Like, what if this could also be an answer, a way to not only take care of yourself, but also take care of others? So I started going out. I felt like the Lord gave me this thing called the Young Fly and Save movement, because when I would go to churches, they would do it their way, but when I do it my way, the way the Lord was giving me, like, people were more receptive. Like, kids from, like, hood kids, everybody would come, give their life to the Lord, but when I leave, they'll go back to the same thing they were doing and lose the children. So I was like, man, I'm going to start doing videos so I can send it to their phones.
What year is this?
This, man, I don't even know, like 08?
08?
Yeah, 08, gotcha. 09, 08. And I was doing them, but it wasn't really picking up any traction. And then Whitney Houston died. I love Whitney Houston, bro. And when she died, that hurt my heart. And they were talking about her drug use, and they were kind of shielding away from the fact that she died, and nobody really knows. So I did this cool little video talking about Whitney Houston. I woke up the next morning, 362,000 people had watched it on WorldStar. Wow. And because I was asking God, do you want me to use music? Do you got something else you want to do? Because music puts me in a space where I'm very competitive. There is a certain level of arrogance. It is going to require drinking and smoking at that particular time. So I just wanted something new to do it, and he gave me a wink that way, and I never stopped making videos.
So before, like, when the one that goes viral, before that, how long were you doing videos?
Like a year and a half. Getting like 300 people, 200 views, 400 views.
Oh, you just inspired somebody.
Yeah, like, just because I hadn't found my flow. Like, I always believe that a small step is still a step. And it's like some people quit so quick because they don't see the traction that they want. Right. And honestly, I didn't come up with my editing style of the clipping and all that. It was a dude, Spoken Reasons. Like, I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah, because I stole it from you.
Okay, yeah, no worries. It's all good.
So Spoken Reasons, appreciate it.
Yeah, like
pretty much stole it from you.
Yeah, so Spoken Reasons was doing this stuff, but his content wasn't my content. Right. He was a little vulgar, like he cussing or whatever. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, I want to do that. But then the thing was like, okay, God, like, how do I do it? And I had that little MacBook Pro and a little flip camera. You remember the little $99 flip camera? Man, that was hardly $100 to come by too. But thank God for flip camera. Did that. Never stopped doing them. And then, you know, the viral piece started going. Added the T-shirt and merchandise. And
man,
God bless it.
It's so amazing because a year and a half is a long time.
Oh my God!
Like, think about it. You getting 200 views, 300 views. You're not getting a whole lot going on. There's somebody right now that's like, you're getting a bunch of, like my boy Kemar Kane right now. Like, his podcast is just dope. But the consistency is hard, especially when it don't happen immediately.
Yes.
But you never know which one.
Yes.
And I'm sure after that one went, they probably went back and watched the rest.
Yeah, they do. Because they get a chance to know it. And like, it's so funny that, and, you know, I understand your podcast is mainstream, but I just want to tell people, like, God is so good that many people are so hindered by their past. Like, I always tell people, we all have a past. We just don't have to be prisoners there. You know what I mean? We don't have to be prisoners of our past. Like, people don't even know sometimes, and then they look like, I would have never knew because I was like, that's nothing that I'm hiding from you. It's just, you know, I've evolved. Like, I think everybody should have room to grow and room to evolve and room to be who they are. And then if you learn how to monetize it, you can really, really live an amazing life and help so many charities and people all across the country. Like, our job every day now with this type of platform, whether it's radio or television, it's like it's our job now to become answer prayer to other people. So if a social proof comes, it's his first time. I understand the jitters of first times. Like, I understand the man. Is somebody gonna show up? Are they buying tickets? How many did they? Did we do 30 tickets? Okay, well, at least, okay, we recoup.
Bro, I'm talking about that morning.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking the joint starts at 9. At 8 o'clock, I'm nervous. I'm like, do people buy tickets just to support? And y'all not gonna be here?
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm talking about 8:40, people started coming. I said,
thank you.
Oh, it worked.
Yeah.
I was nervous.
Yeah. So my job every day is answer prayer. So if it's a David Shands and I'm just like, come on the radio show and get an opportunity. Because unlike other radio places, like, radio is dying. Not so much in my market. My niche 35 to 54. They locked in to what we do. These are the real decision makers. And they
how we need that.
They got their little daughter in the car. They got your mama gonna call you from listening to me to say, you know, Willie had some boys on there talking about social proof. That's where you need to go because you need a job because I don't understand YouTube. But the boy sound like he done made it. You need to be down there in Atlanta. And I'm going to buy your ticket. And then they call me, Willie, what's his website? And you can't forget www when you're talking to mama. So I love my audience because they're the real influencers. Those are the people, like I always tell people, my radio market is probably the most loyal market that you're going to get because I'm the option. Because I'm selling something that ain't me. Like, I'm selling Christ. Like, I'm really sending them somewhere. I'm really praying for them. I'm really fasting for them. I'm really catching hell every single day because of me choosing this particular platform. Like, I'm not like, attacks come to me. People don't like the way I do certain things. I'm breaking the mold of religion. I'm saying things that they're not used to. This is a tough job. It's a tough platform. But because of what I've been through when I was beefing with Nelly, because of what I've been through when they took my house, because of what I've been through when I had a baby out of wedlock, what I had to go through when Nelly said 5,000, when I get on this platform, I'm just like, David, I'm built for this. I killed the lion, tiger, and bear. I've been in the wilderness. So what would have broke you and killed you, that don't kill me. I ain't never met my biological parents. So what you say about me don't bother me. I've always found my identity in Christ. Your words don't bother me. You know what I mean? So it's like God is so sovereign to give us an amazing opportunity in this space and become answer prayer to people who didn't have me in that space. What I wouldn't have done for somebody to help me out with my first event. What I wouldn't have done for an interview. And, you know, so now seeing the platform, it's like, okay, how do we become more answer prayer for people every single day of our life? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And we were just talking before we got here. about podcasts and things of that nature, and like staying in that vein, I want to know how we can apply building that loyal following, because it wasn't just social proof. Like I did a joint called 7 Figures in Fashion years ago. I went to Willie's show. Now this one was, I think it was like $397 or $497 a ticket. Yo, I had so many people say, yo, I heard you on the radio in North Carolina, Virginia, on Willie Moore show, and I just came. Yeah. I'm like, yo, this dude really? It ain't just like marketing, because some people might say something and be like, hey, this is the promotion, and anybody like, oh, okay, that's cool. But when Willie say something, it happens. Yeah. So for us, it's like trying to build our podcast, build our voice. What are some of the elements we need to keep in mind when building that loyal following? Like when I say the conference is this day, goodbye.
You know, give more than you take. You know, like I'm a strong believer. Like I told you, I grew up around OG. You know, when they used to do, you know, what they were doing, they would always give a little extra. You know, because a lot of people selling what they were selling. So I always watch them, you know, do a little extra. And so for my audience, I always take that mentality. I'm like, okay, I know that you have options. You got podcasts, you got this, you got that. But if I get an opportunity to be with you, I honor that. And so I'm prepared for you. Like every single time you get on the mic, don't just get on the mic to say something. Like get on there with some intention towards what you're saying. And then give them something to trust. Like if I say go do something, I believe in it. Like I'm not okaying people to come on this platform to swindle you. Like I think there's a level of excellence and understanding that you got to have with the people that you allow to be a part of your favor. You know, I understand I'm favored in this space. And so I'm going to look very closely before I say, yeah, just go tell them anything. And they know that about me. And then number one, like people can genuinely feel when you care.